Hey guys, what's up? Ragnarok here with part 129 of my Mortal Empires Karl Franz campaign on legendary difficulty. Alright, so we have ventured to the ends of the earth, and the Warriors of Chaos are no more, and Clan Mulder is also no more. Last remnants to be defeated here are the Norskins. Actually, technically it's Hell's Frog's Wintertooth that has to be defeated still. But we're working towards that, and then the rest of this has been nuked, basically. It's all desolate terrain. Probably fill it in at some point, but we have also have been strengthening relations with some of the other factions. We've built up some military alliances, which may cut the campaign a little bit short if we don't actually end up going for full-on map completion. I don't know. I'd really like to, but I mean, there's a couple reasons why I'm kind of thinking maybe not to do that. One is that this is an older build of the game. It's pre-Feast Egg update. So what happened after the Feast Egg update is all of the older save files are no longer compatible because the skill trees for the old world generals were reworked a little bit, and they're no longer compatible with the older save files. So that's one reason. Another reason is, well, we're 120 some odd episodes into this, which means it's at least like well over 60 hours worth of gameplay thus far, and I feel like probably people want to see something new. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I might try and work towards full map completion, including allies, if that's a possibility. Or I mean, for now I'm gonna keep slogging along, but yeah, just thinking that maybe we might end things shorter than I initially intended. But at the same time, I am still having a blast. I really like Empire, and I still, you know, like, I still haven't decided what the best way I like to organize the armies. I really love these early stacks that we put together, but they're definitely starting to show their inadequacy in taking on some of the later game stacks. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll figure it out. But for now, work towards finishing off Norska, and then we'll start positioning to move south against the Greenskins. So we'll have a nice showdown with those blokes. I want to take a look at our diplomatics. Oh my gosh, dwarfs starting to hate us. You know, we might even excuse me. We might even have to go for full map completion because looks of things, our diplomatic relations are gonna go to fucking shit here in the next little while. Anyway, we'll have to sort that out as it comes up. In the meantime, we'll get Grunwald down here to Altdorf. Probably put that wizard in his army, maybe. And maybe upgrade these swords to great swords, and we'll slowly phase out all of our swordsmen and start using the great swords. The great swords are going to be a lot more useful. Right. Anyway, I think that's enough of an introduction there. Stop rambling. Just wondering where we should send Franz. We need to get him some replenishment, and I don't think he's going to get it in either of these, and any of these provinces actually. You know what? I bet he'll get replenishment out on the water more so than anywhere. Oh, actually, you know what? Come down here to Ehrengrad. That's where we're gonna get replenished the quickest, and then we can use the sea route to get over here to the Bay of Blades, and we'll come up behind and support that way. Now Uther can hold this choke point, and Aristotle can catch up to this army and hopefully finish them off once and for all. Yeah, we're getting okay replenishment there. Not great, but better than he would get over here in these provinces. But I think this will be the first province that we try and hold here in Norska. Fort Ostrup. I have to send you back to there. I'll run a couple turns of replenishment here first. Have time before he has to go back there. Also, we've got the defenses here now as well. Or, well, we have the defenses there. Want to build the defenses at Hell Pit next. Everything looks pretty good. Nice and calm. Calm before the storm.
I serve no master.
Yeah, we'll put you in Grunwald's army, I think. These two just stay sit tight until we get a general for you. General ready.
Now, my order agrees. What do you require? March!
Like Wolfric's making his way over here.
Show me the accused.
Got 3 armies all spread out, all separated. Keep them separated, that would be great. These garrisons are pretty stout. They're level 5. Some of them anyway. The Railing Moot, Sarl Encampment, and Aesling's Conclave. Alright, well, I think we're pretty much at the end of the turn here.
Yes, son of Sigmar, forge our faith.
The end turn, let's read some more Sword of Justice while we go through this bad boy. The forest was about as cool as anywhere out in the baking eastern countryside. Even under the leaves of the trees, the air was heavy with heat. Flies circled lazily in the ambient warmth. Locke leaned on his halberd, welcoming the shade. He got used to the never-ending sun, but he was tired to his bones. The harrying of the orcs, day and night, had strained his nerves and his sinews. He'd lost count of the days. 3, 4. They'd had some luck, it was true. The bulk of the greenskins had indeed turned back to Greenstead, just as the messenger had said, that the last of Grunwald's forces in that direction must have been long since destroyed. Now bands of orcs roamed the whole eastern marches of Averland, pillaging as they went. The damage they wrought was terrible. Locke looked over the ragtag army he managed to salvage from the ruins of Grunwald's campaign. They were snatching a few moments rest under the shade of the trees. Over the past couple of days his forces had grown. More men had got away from the orcs than he'd first thought, and they'd been able to rescue further scattered groups as they headed west towards Hedek. There were maybe 500 of them now, arranged into makeshift companies of a few dozen each, headed by the most experienced soldiers among them. Not much, maybe, but better than nothing. As the orc bands had splintered into smaller packs, they had even been able to extract some measure of revenge. Their bravery was beginning to cost them, though. The orcs weren't stupid. Despite his best efforts, Locke couldn't hide his forces from them forever. Word had got out that a kernel of resistance still existed, and the hunt was on. He didn't have enough men to stand against them in the open. The only chance was to keep going to Hedek, to consolidate there with whatever forces remained in that garrison, and then strike back. It wasn't something he put all his faith in. The men of Hedek, from memory, were soft-bellied fools. But it was all he had. "What are your orders, sir?" came a voice from beside him. Locke shook himself out of his introspection. Lars Fisher, his hastily promoted lieutenant, looked at him with weary eyes. The man was an Averlander, and had proved invaluable so far. If they ever got to safety, it would be down to the local knowledge that had guided them down hidden paths in the woods and gorges. "How far do you reckon we are from Hedek?" Locke asked, running his hands through his hair. He felt exhausted. No doubt they all did. Fisher shrugged. "Another day's march, no more than 2, but the country's open there. Nowhere to hide. If there are orcs, we'll have to fight them." "There'll be orcs. They'll be on our trail now. Maybe it's better to come out and fight them, than fed up with this sneaking around." Locke took another look across his men. They didn't look ready for a fight. Constant running and skirmishing muted the brief flame of defiance they may have felt at the beginning of the trek. Many of them slumped over their weapons, half asleep in the middle of the day. The heat, the dust, the lack of sleep, all took its toll. "We'll give them a few moments," said Block. "They've already been driven too hard. But then we need to move." Fisher was about to reply when there was a crashing sound from deeper into the woods. Arrows whined across the clearing, thudding into trees. The greenskins were back. "Form up!" cried Block, springing into action immediately. He grabbed his halberd. His men rushed to form into defensive detachments. Crashing became louder. From the shadows of the trees, the orcs burst into view. Block saw their leader before he saw the rest. Huge, bunched muscles, raging eyes, and dripping tusks. There were dozens behind him, all heavily armored, like the ones they'd faced down the ridge. He lowered his halberd. How many this time? Keep to your companies, he roared. All around him, the men were falling into their detachments. The movements were expert, skillful, but they needed to move quicker. The orcs closed, and the space under the trees filled with their battle roars. Block felt his fellows cluster around him. Even now they struck to the defensive square. The familiarity was reassuring. As if by instinct, the leader of the greenskins made straight for Block. Its broad legs churned up the leaf matter on the forest floor, throwing it in all directions as it plowed onward. Block adjusted his stance, legs apart, braced for the impact. "Steady, lads," he warned. "Blades up." The lines came together, and the world descended once more into a storm of desperate combat. Block was knocked backwards by the force of the charge, but those on either side of him held the line. He recovered, hacking powerfully with his halberd. Greenskin screamed at him, covering his face with stinking trails of saliva. Block grimaced, recovering his balance and pushing forward. His arms ached, his hands were calloused and bleeding. Like the others, he fought on. Any sign of weakness now, and it would be over. They looked to him. He needed to stay strong, give them something to believe in. With a mighty heave, he swung his halberd upwards, aiming to catch the greenskin in the face. The blade connected, slicing through the thick hide, spraying black blood into the canopy above. The monster staggered back, blundering into those around him. Even in the midst of their efforts, the men at Block's shoulders broke into a coarse cheer. Argonath is destroyed, which means the High Elves are on the move. I think that's about it for the Dark Elves. I don't know if any of them... What was that, Sword of Cain? And claimed it. Oh boy. Tyrion. Oh, good. Alright, yeah, alright. We've got the
all-powerful sorceress.
Deadwood Sentinels left as well. And but there's somewhere is Nagarond. Like they've been isolated to the far corner of the map there. Crazy. Things look on this side of the map. Should probably keep a close eye on our diplomatic relations right now. This is going to have a detrimental effect on our trade too. We start losing trade agreements. Treaties with the Wood Elves -44. Like war with the dwarves is going to be inevitable. So Otto, Lothern, and the Tomb Kings and the Wood Elves. These five we should actually be able to stay allied with. I regret allying with the Wood Elves. We could have avoided conflict with the dwarves, but we should start making preparations for that because we share a massive border between Bretonnia and the dwarves. Fuck me sideways. The war with the greenskins may help us. See here.
It is time. The old alliance is dead, so don't come here asking favors.
Wow, that was something. Old alliance is dead, but yeah, we could running war against the greenskins would put us in a favorable position with them. I don't know if it's going to be enough to save our relationship and prevent war. Get you down here, good sir. And rack 'em.
I don't agree.
Hard to hit. Agree with that, eh? Good. Alright, so yeah.
Praise Sigmar.
Next turn we'll start recruiting those great swords. Get rid of those.
The Empire.
Pop
Who
you
calls? Summon
in there.
speed.
And we'll pick up 6 great swords. We'll have him, I don't know, move towards the border down here. Might want to start building up the defenses down here too. Might not be a bad idea. I have to finish this war with Wintertooth
Yes, my lord.
relatively quickly. Oh, you sneaky bastard. What the hell happened to your... Have more skin loops than that? I think they're going to there. Onesie. Bring you out
The
here.
nation calls. My orders are to move.
Alright. Keep Franz in there. Let him replenish for one more turn.
Yes.
Get rid of the Griphites
Ready.
and replace them with the Luminarch. We'll go with 2 Luminarchs and the Sunmaker. I'll leave Franz's army for now, I suppose. Alright, keep tracking these guys. We might lose the Tower of Karak.
Rise Sigmar.
It's still going.
By Sigmar's right, you're a pretender. Cleanse the Empire. What have you to say?
Failure. Come on, man. It was like 85%.
What? Drift.
It's headed back there.
By the
That's
comet.
good.
March on the witches.
Good, good.
By the comet. Denied.
What does the Emperor bid? It is time. To strengthen the Empire.
Where can you get?
What?
Sweet. Get this guy on a Pegasus.
I will marshal the men. Who calls? No.
Keep forward a little bit.
Sigmar compels us. Yes, a sound plan. Step to it.
Should
This will bolster the
be
nation.
able to make the attack on Sarlacap in
Yes,
the
my
next
lord.
turn. No, it will be
The nation
better to
calls.
have
The Empire
Aristotle
to the provinces.
lead that attack, but I'm
Rise
confident
Sigmar.
we'll be able to deal with them without, especially
You're a
after
pretender.
what we were able to
Ready.
do.
Yes.
The Sigfold, that between these two armies with those demigryphs
the Emperor
shouldn't have
do?
any real issues.
Refused. I will marshal the men.
All right, looks good. So Franz, we're just gonna hang out there.
Warrior
turn.
of Sigmar.
All right, what
Ready to serve.
to do with you, sir? Ah, son of a bitch. I think we're just gonna abandon this province,
I trust no man. No.
at least for now, anyway.
For Sigmar.
It's actually not. The rain is actually not as bad as some of the other ones. Got correct. maybe we'll stick around here. Got diamonds over here. That would be worth a lot. Let's
Honor to serve.
we're gonna take a ton of attrition, but we're also gonna take attrition when we settle this settlement. And yeah, I'm thinking we'll keep Foucault in this area. We'll settle in this province. The terrain is unpleasant, not inhospitable. So that's
By Sigmar.
be worse. Alright, Treasurer Helborg. What are we gonna give you? Go reassuring presence, and then we'll go down this line.
Ever
We
vigilant.
can get to either of these provinces
Praise
on the
be
force
to
march.
Sigmar.
Let's upgrade this level to level 5. Why not?
Yes.
Upgrade his army. I think we'll keep the crossbows and just. I really like
Whatever.
crossbows. Where the fuck are you going, my man? Might want to start building an army there.
So,
Means I might disband this army.
Yes, my lord.
Got too many armies in the field. Too many armies in the north. I'd like to have more armies in the field, to be honest, but we're just the supply lines is too crippling.
to the provinces.
You know what? I might send Franz south. Because these three armies should be able to handle Norska, especially how separated they are. I'm just trying to decide where I want to build here, guys. Turn. Maybe we'll send Franz south. Start working on the greenskins. Fuck, I not like war with the dwarves right about now.
What do you want?
That would be very, very bad. I don't have anyone in position. I get Grunwald's army moved up. Don't think we're gonna build anything else this turn. I think this looks pretty good, I think.
Nation calls.
End the turn.
Onwards. Cleanse the empire.
Just don't really need to
Is it
move.
time? What
Using
do
them
you
as
require?
scouts for now.
What
You're there
brings
for
you here?
public order.
I am a soul keeper.
I am a soul keeper.
Jade Wizard.
Alright. Their end turn. I'm gonna try and remember to go through these a little bit quicker. And that is a good looking army right there. Alright, so where were we? Enough of that, roared Block, readying himself for the next thrust. Keep your discipline. The orcs came again. There were dozens of them, perhaps more. The leader was gathering himself for a fresh assault. Block made eye contact with it. He held it. This fight wouldn't be over quickly. Come and get me then, you green bastard, he snarled, his halberd running with gore. The invitation was accepted. Coachville hurried through the corridors of Averberg. The feeling of unease he'd endured for days was getting worse. With Schwarzhelm and Verstholen gone, any semblance of order to the proceedings had vanished. He'd had to deal with frantic messages from both Leitdorf and Grosslich, each demanding to know when the next session would be. In Ackendorfer's absence, he had no idea. In fact, he had no idea where Ackendorfer even was. The grey-faced loremaster wasn't much of a companion in times of need, but at least he had an idea of the protocol for such things. Coachfeld didn't. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of figured they were going to do this. I really hope that we can get over there in time. I don't think we really have any chance of winning this even. We'll have to fight it. I just really hope that we've got enough movement to get over there. The steward burst into his chamber, half expecting to see the man waiting for him. Instead, he was confronted with the toppling pile of parchment documents he'd left from the previous day. All of them required answers, but only Sigmar knew what they might be. Torchfell sat down at the desk. He could feel his whole body tensing. The city was on the brink of anarchy, and there was nothing he could do about it. The few troops he'd left at his disposal had been requisitioned by Schwarzhelm. He ran his hands through his hair. As he released his fingers, he saw loose strands of it twirl to the floor. He was getting old, tired, and fractious. Oh, sweet mother, it makes quite the fucking difference when you, when you speed up the end turns there. Fuck, sorry guys, I probably should have been doing that for, most of the campaign. Ah, fuck, somebody else is going insane up there. Christian. Anyway.
Ready.
I'm gonna try not to worry about it too much.
Sound plan.
I feel like we should station him at Helmgart, but let's
What does the
get
Emperor
those
bid?
great swords
bolster the
first.
nation.
It'll take 4 turns. Back to full strength, but might want to consider replacing the mortars too, but yeah.
So, what does the Emperor bid?
Fuck.
It is for the best.
Fucking slow moving through here.
To strengthen the Empire.
Summon the Elector Counts.
Maybe we should bring Franz back here. Where's the border province? Oh, Zorshek is the same province. Okay, let's park Franz here. I should still get decent replenishment here inside. Oh, you know what? Because of the fucking corruption here? Is that why? Uninhabitable. Oh. Oh. Right, whatever.
Now,
Alright, anyway.
what?
More or less back to full strength, just this one unit. But at least that way, if these guys cross the river here, we've got Franz. We've basically got them cornered now. Nice. Alright, let's
You're a pretender.
oh man, it's gonna be an
I
ugly
will
battle.
marshal the men. By Sigmar's right.
Attack! For Heldenhammer! To war!
Round it. Let's bring up the big guy.
By the comet.
Guess we're gonna
Yes,
take him out
a
of
sound plan.
March.
To battle. What do you require?
How did Wolfric get to?
So, on march. That's laughable.
The king might come down here and settle, or he might come across the river. Never considered him doing that, but anyway, if he does, we'll figure something out. But priority right now is to getting rid of all of their settlements up here. Tarl encampment, we're gonna hold on to, but
Ready.
suppose we should
It
focus
is
on
war.
taking it first.
Ulric's will!
Alright, here we go. Get those demigriffs back in action once again. A lot of mammoths. Armored skin wolves are a pain too. Reinforcements coming in behind us. It's not the end of the world. We're gonna take this high ground here.
The Empire endures!
Good. Where do their reinforcements come in from? That's the question. Okay, they get to deploy all of their forces. Okay, never mind. Okay, like that.
Yes, General!
Guess we'll keep you guys over here.
Missiles at the ready!
Let's move all of you guys up just a little bit. Give the cannons a little bit more space to work with.
Pick
Okay.
target!
Fuck, why are they bunched up like that? In terrain here.
Ready for war!
Alright, that should be good like that. Alright guys, let's get on the move.
Great cannon!
Guys, to focus on that
For
fucking thing.
Swordsmen!
Guys, to cut this off.
Ulrich's will! Take position! Move up! For France! For Heldenhammer!
Moving, boys.
Quick march! Yes! The winds glow hot. Swordsmen! Shaman! By Golmaraz!
Again, this is not gonna last long.
Yes, sir! No! We are
Hold them as long as you can, boys.
We serve the Emperor! Prepare for combat!
Keep moving. Hurry the fuck up.
The Empire endures!
Yeah.
Arena, listen! For Heldenhammer! Sigmar, preserve us!
One
For
mammoth is
Heldenhammer!
down.
By Ulrich's wrath!
Very well. Wise counsel.
Sigmar, preserve us! Attack!
There's a wizard. Oh shit. Yeah. The line is collapsing. Fuck. Over here.
Sigmar holds! Charge!
God damn.
Withdraw! Sigmar!
By Sigmar, obey me.
That's me!
Float and get around here.
Let's go. We are Sigmar's heirs.
I'll burn them!
Damn it.
For the Warhammer! Now! Sigmar, preserve us!
Get over here.
To battle! Ready!
For Heldenhammer!
Oh, seems like a good time to drop that. Shit.
Seething fire! Burn everything! The Empire is yours! Get them! Crossbowmen!
Awaiting orders! No lingering!
Back here and see if we can save this artillery.
No lingering!
Let's get out of there.
Quick march!
Let's get out of there.
Now! Yes, General! War!
Not making a very good use of our units here.
Swordsman!
Our cavalry.
Withdraw!
Ugh, fuck.
The Empire endures! Missiles
Let's
at
shoot
the
the
ready!
fucking mammoth. That'd be great.
Take the ground! Ready for war! Quick march!
Need everybody over here in front lines.
Battle! War! For the Emperor!
Take down those mammoths.
Withdraw!
What a
Ready to
fucking mess.
strike
Get out of there.
Quicker! The Empire endures! Sigmar, preserve us! The winds blow hot! Ready for war! Attack! Warrior priest! Take
Another one of those.
position!
Let's keep
Prepare
moving
for combat!
in here.
Yes, quickly!
Well, this is
Sigmar, preserve us! Moving! On my command!
this is definitely a good example of why we need to upgrade our armies.
Crossbowmen! My orders stand!
Ah man, and not do a good job with the demigriffs either. Fuck me, we might not even win this here. The way things are going at the moment. Just everybody fucking pull out of there if you can. See a lot of flags, a lot of retreating units. Fuck me sideways.
By Ulrich's wrath! War!
Let's go see if we can kill that war mammoth.
Ready
Just
to smite!
pull over here.
The Empire is yours!
Yeah, I really frantically got the demigriffs over here, but I don't know if that was a great idea.
We are Sigmar's
It's,
heirs! Missiles at the ready!
God, I don't know if we've got enough troops left to be able to win this.
Chant the battle hymn!
Everybody pull out and
We are
fucking
Sigmar's heirs!
see if we can
Detachments
get this
move!
shit organized somehow.
Victory will be
How many guys can take that mammoth down? Nope, get over here
Pick them off!
and help with this. Kill that mammoth. Great.
State troops, ready!
Swordsmen! To battle! Take the ground! Go!
God. No winds of magic left.
Ready to serve! By Ulrich's wrath! By Karl Franz! Cavalry ready! Faster!
My God, what a disaster. What a fucking disaster.
Swordsman!
Withdraw!
Ah, Dios mío.
For hell
Got like nothing left here.
curse them!
Oh my God, we're getting the army loss. Gotta be fucking kidding me. Crushing defeat. Yikes. Oh my gosh. I really underestimated that garrison. Really overestimated the ability of these guys to hold the line. God. And just when you think Things are going nice and smooth. Easy victory coming up. Shit goes sideways. Real sideways. We lost a bunch of demigryphs there. Oh my god.
Sigmar compels us.
Ah, killed in battle. Virgil. Well, guys, on this happy note,
Yes, my lord.
that's gonna be
To the
it for
provinces.
today. Ah, yeah.
Praise Sigmar.
Keep the two armies together.
A step too far.
Probably what we'll do, but
Who
gonna be
calls?
suffering more attrition.
Denied.
Think
No.
we'll take that on.
What does the
They
Emperor
attack
bid?
us.
I will marshal the men.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what the best course of action there is to save those guys. Fuck me, this war with Norska just will never fucking end. God damn, we really needed to take that settlement. And
Step too far.
essentially we just lost two armies and they lost nothing. Ah, dang it. Dang it to hell. Right, yeah, on that happy note we're going to end today's episode. That was a mess of a battle. See you guys next time. See if I can clean up this this mess that I made in Norska. Have a great day. Ragnarok signing out.